Hey gang, Ross Brand here for LivestreamUniverse.com. Welcome to our daily show. It's in honor of our campaign to speak at South by Southwest. Myself, Coach Jenny, Monique Johnson, Karen Graves are all putting together a panel that we hope will be featured at South by Southwest. And you can vote for us by going to livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. And each day this week, one of us will be going live to talk about some aspect related to the topic of our presentation, which is Facebook Live, Build Your Tribe, and actually make money. And that's what we're going to talk about today, which is 3 paths to monetize live video. So if you think that topic sounds interesting, you'd like to see us present at South by Southwest, again, vote for us, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. Not the easiest 4 letters to say together. Had I practiced it beforehand, I probably wouldn't be. I probably would have gone with anything else. But that is, you'll see that in the links. If you're watching the video, it should be the first comment, that link, and you can just click that and vote for us if you'd like. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for joining us. Do vote when you have a chance. Welcome to everybody joining us live. And again, this is going to be one of our daily broadcasts, Monday through Thursday. We'll be solo, and then on Friday we'll get together as a group and live stream together. So we're providing 15 days of content in exchange for your vote. Everybody's going to be asking for your vote for South by Southwest. We are out to earn your vote, and that's what we're doing. Again, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. And with that, let's start talking about the topic. The topic today is the different ways that you can monetize live streaming. In fact, I call it the 3 paths to monetize live video. Now, there's actually more paths than 3, but I'm going to focus on the 3 from all the people that I've interviewed and talked to who are using live video to support their business, to build their personal brand, and ultimately to impact their bottom line. There are 3 main paths that most people are taking, and these paths are not mutually exclusive. You certainly, in fact, I would argue that the best plans combine some aspects of all 3, although I would say that one is most likely to be the more dominant feature. I think you could take any of the 3 paths if you do it really well, and it is consistent, and it's aligned with what your business goals are and what you're trying to accomplish, and you can make money with live streaming. But certainly an ideal plan would combine some elements from all the different paths, right? And so the paths would connect at some point. But let me just add that the one area we're not going to talk about, although this is certainly a legitimate and probably highly profitable for some people, path to monetize your live streams, and that is to get sponsors, to be hired by a company, to be their live streaming expert, or to actually be hired as live streaming talent by a network, by a website, a brand, something like that. That's not necessarily what we're looking at. We're talking more for the small business owner, the solopreneur, even the corporation that wants to use live streaming as part of their marketing, their sales, as part of their ability to land business and grow their revenue. So that's the topic that we're on today. Again, if you haven't had a chance to vote for us, for South by Southwest, please do go over livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. That'll take you to our page. You can vote, you can leave a comment, and we do appreciate all the support that we've been getting from people in the live stream community. So let's start with path number one. And path number one is it's pretty underutilized method, believe it or not, for monetizing live streaming, and that's direct selling. That's your primary goal of your live stream is to sell a product or service, and you see that with the LuLaRoe people. You can think of QVC. Yes, you may be providing value. Yes, you may be building a series of broadcasts that people can find later. But you're taking a product, a cell phone, you're taking a glass of water, whatever, and you're talking about its benefits, its features, and you're asking people to purchase it. You're telling them where to go to purchase it, and that is the focus of your live stream. And it's a very small number out of the big picture, particularly when we talk about the community of live streamers that we have, for whom selling products and services is the prime focus of their broadcast. I'm not saying it's not the prime objective. I think it's the prime objective for a lot of people, but it's not the prime focus of most people's content. And certainly the LuLaRoe people are killing it selling. There are people on Busker who are selling products through the ability to pay right on Busker and on different platforms. Of course, our focus is Facebook Live, and certainly there are ability to sell through Facebook Live, through your Facebook page, and so forth. We won't get in all the different ways to sell. Of course, you can also send people to your website and or landing page, whatever, where they have the opportunity to buy. But the key thing is, path number one is selling. It's something I think people need to do more of online. It's something I know I need to do more of online. And in fact, at the end of the month, I'm going to be launching a show called Livestream Deals, where we do nothing but feature products and services that people in the live stream community have either produced and are selling, or people from outside the live streaming community are trying to sell to the live streaming community, because whether it's gear, whether it's a course, whether it's web services, it's things that people can use who are doing live streaming, and to a broader extent, you could add in social media, podcasting, things like that. Hey, Coach Jenny, welcome. Hey, Monique Johnson is here. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. We're talking about the 3 paths people can take to monetize their live streaming content. And of course, if you haven't done so, please do vote for us, livestreamuniverse.com, SXSW. Monique, Jenny, and Karen Graves and I are in the running to host a panel about Facebook Live to build your tribe and actually make money on the platform. And we would love to have your vote and your support. And again, you can do that, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. I believe there is a link in the pinned comment below, so below the video, so you can just click that if you'd like to vote. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Great to see you. Thanks for great idea. Glad you like it. Glad you like the topic. I think it's going to be different than what most people will be doing as far as talking video. We're actually talking about how these broadcasts, these live streams, can support your business, can build revenue, and lead to a consistent stream of clients and customers and so forth. So that's path number one, right? And again, the paths are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the best live streams combine some elements from all of them, but usually one is a little more dominant than the others. And so the first path we've talked about is actually just getting on and selling a product, selling the features and the benefits, and asking people to buy, having a direct call of action to buy the product. You also see this not only in like the LuLaRoe people and people doing sort of QVC style stuff, but you see it in a lot of webinars, right? The webinar will talk about teaching you how to do something, but in essence, the actual teaching, the actual content of value is usually a very small part of the webinar, and most of the focus is on getting you to sign up for a course or sign up for some type of mastermind group or something that requires an ongoing commitment. And it's usually very directly asking, like, if you like these few tips and you think these would help you, you need to buy our 20-week course, and then it's discounted till tonight. Click the button in the comments. I mean, it's just direct, and there's nothing wrong with that. And again, I think more people need to do that. Let's move on to number two. Number two is by far the most widely used path. It's the one that most people take, in part because they don't like to sell, and in part because they're not too big on repurposing and the portfolio method, which we'll talk about in part number three. And that is, it's basically all about engagements, relationships, and providing some value. And that value could be related to what your business is or related to the services you provide, but the value could be just to be entertaining, to bring on good guests, to have good conversation, to make people laugh, to have a good time, to build a sense of community. That in itself is providing value. And out of that, those type of shows, the host and the people who are on those shows are building relationships. And that's what's going on when you take path number two. It's all about time and rapport and relationships. And, oh, by the way, I also do such and such, or, if you need somebody who has this type of business, I'm here. But that's kind of it, right? Your business isn't out front. You're not asking people to buy something, or if you are, it's a very tiny portion of what you're doing. The content, the show is not built around the benefits and features of a product. It's, I'm Ross Brand. I do live streaming, and we're going to talk today about anything else or a little bit about live streaming, but we're not going to talk about what product or service I'm offering. And I may mention at some point, oh, by the way, if you need help with that, when somebody has a question, I do offer coaching or consulting. You can check out my website or whatever, but it's a very minor part. But people get to know you. They get to know what you do, what you're good at, what your business is, and then you're sort of top of mind. And when they need that service, they need that product, they think of the people that they know through live streaming, oftentimes are, come to mind right away. And so there are people who've built their business by getting known on live stream platforms. And when somebody needs a client, not somebody needs a client needs somebody to do something, or needs a coach, needs an expert in an area, then that's a big help. 1 second. Hey, it's live. Sorry, no cough button on this bad boy here, like we had in radio. So that's number two. Okay, so number one is, again, it's just directly selling your products and services. Number two is about building relationships with people and sharing something of value, whether it's entertainment, it's humor, it's a great interview, it's some knowledge about a subject, and perhaps there's a small ask, but the ask isn't built around 25 minutes of real hardcore selling, right? And so then path number three is the most underutilized of all the paths, and for a lot of people, it's really a very effective one. And I call it the portfolio method. And that is, you're not so much selling, although you could be a little bit, and certainly people who are selling constantly on their live streams could also use this method. It's not where the most important thing is how many people show up and how big the conversation is and how big a following they're growing. the most important thing for people who are using what I call the portfolio method is that the live streaming content that they create is building a digital footprint. And so it's about how they take that content when the show is over and repurpose it. Are they uploading it to YouTube? Are they creating a thumbnail cover for the Facebook video and sharing it and sharing the link to draw people back to their Facebook Live? Are they embedding the video on their blog? Are they tweeting about it over time? Are they cutting up clips and making those clips easily available to people in short form, bite-sized content? And that's what's important with the portfolio method. It isn't that necessarily that you're using sort of the digital marketing funnel, right? And somebody sees your video and then they click through to your website and then, they join your email list, and 6 months later you're able to sell something to them because you captured their email. They're actually going in the opposite direction, right? They already know of you. They already know what your product or service is, right? And I think a lot of times this is really big for service-based business, right? If you have clients, and you're trying to get more clients, what they're going to do is they're going to Google you. They're going to look up your website. They're going to try and find out something that makes them feel comfortable about wanting to do business with you. Okay, and I think when people see video, and particularly live video, even if it's a recorded, but it was done live, they get a chance to sort of see what kind of person you are. And if they're leaning maybe towards working with you, but they just want to make sure, am I comfortable with this? Is this somebody that I want to spend money to do business with? And I think what's huge with this is they can look at your videos and they feel they know you. It's one thing to say, I'm a good communicator. It's another thing to actually see the person communicating in a video that was done while they were live. It's one thing for people to say, I know a lot about how to handle these situations. It's another thing to see them reacting in real time to questions from potential customers and clients and things like that, discussing their area of subject matter expertise off the top of their head in a free-flowing, spontaneous manner. These are just great ways and to really kind of look people in the eye and see what they're all about. And video is very revealing in that way. And I think for a lot of people, this builds a digital footprint, so you're easy to find when people Google you or they search for you on YouTube or Facebook. And also, it's really a great way for people to become comfortable with you. And so this is really what I think is the most underutilized, underrated method, because your digital footprint is important. It's out there. It's what people expect to find. They expect to find something about your business and your brand. And when they do, and you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200 videos of yourself particularly talking about the subject matter related to your business, but even if it's not talking about that, people can feel like they know you, that they're comfortable with you, that they can trust you because of how you relate, how you present yourself, how you deal with people during a live stream. And so I think this method is really important, even if you're doing sales or you're mostly about the live engagement and building the relationships. Keep taking your content, organizing it in a nice way, repurposing it, putting it on your website or your blog, and doing blog posts with it, sharing it out across social media. All that is part of letting people find you or letting people become comfortable with doing business with you. So those are the three paths to monetizing live video. They're not in any way mutually exclusive. A good live stream should have some element of all three. If you're with us right now, I'd love to know what you think of the three paths, and perhaps which path you take on your live stream or you would like to take. Would you like the focus to be primarily selling, where you just get into talking about your product and service? Would you like the focus to be building relationships and rapport and engagement with people? And the live video conversation is truly where the magic happens. And then hopefully people down the line will come to you when they have a need that you can solve. Or is it really all about the repurposing? You like doing the live show, you like the conversation, you might have a call to action, but it's really about taking those videos and putting them on your YouTube channel, embedding them on your on your blog, on your website, on a landing page, and using them when people are looking to do business with you in order that they can see that you're a real person, that you can demonstrate some knowledge about your product, that you're a person they could feel comfortable doing business with. And just a reminder, myself, Coach Jenny, Monique Johnson, and Karen Graves are all proposing a panel for South by Southwest, which is coming up in 2018. Yep, it's that time again. The panel picker is underway, and we would love to have your vote. You can vote at livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. The name of our panel is Facebook Live, Build Your Tribe and Actually Make Money. And again, you can vote for us, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. And Coach Jenny says she focuses primarily on community building to selling. That's right. And so I think Coach Jenny's method is very much to demonstrate through her live streams, not only building community, which is it's all tied together, right? But she demonstrates in a way what it would be like to work with her, what her coaching philosophy is, how she approaches issues in her conversations with people or as a guest talking about her book. And this draws in people who would become really ideal clients, right? Who would have a great working relationship with her as their coach. And it also repels people who wouldn't be a good fit. So, I mean, when you talk about, like, businesses talk about culture and fit with employees, what Coach Jenny's doing is really drawing a community of people who like her content, who believe in her style of coaching, and would be really, again, her ideal clients. So I think what she's doing is very powerful. And then after she has, the people get to know her, they get to understand what she's about, it makes selling that much easier. But I would say that selling isn't the dominant path that she's taking. It's the building community, it's building rapport and relationships, and having people get to know her. And then, of course, she uses a little bit of the portfolio method as well. She shares her content as podcasts, as on her blog and in other places, so people can also get a sense of what she does with live video and what she's like in real life if you were to communicate with her. So welcome, Annie. Good to see you. Yep, she says, yep, Jenny's doing it right, and she definitely is. Great to see everybody. Please do share this out. Let people know that we are live. We'll be live for a few more minutes here. Annie, what do you think? We talked about, or anybody else can chime in with an opinion as towards their live streams. We talked about 3 paths to monetizing. We did not talk about what's really a 4th path, because it doesn't apply to a lot of people, and that would be really making money off of getting sponsorships, getting hired by a TV network to live stream shows and things like that. We talked about, one is selling QVC style, LuLaRoe. You've seen a lot of webinars which are purportedly about teaching a topic, but they're pretty much about selling a course, and it's very direct, and there's usually a timer counting down and things like that. And I think, again, as I said earlier, I think there needs to be more of this. I think people need to really, if they have something of value, they shouldn't be ashamed to sell it. It's easy for me to say this and to coach people to do that. It's not so easy for me to do it myself. But I am starting a show called, well, right now it's tentatively called Livestream Deals. Let me know if you like that name or not. Livestream Deals is what I'm thinking it's going to be called, but it's starting August 31st, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to bring on 3 or 4 people who have products or services. Either they're from the Livestream community and they have a product or service, or they're selling products and services to the Livestream community. So it's going to be all about sales. It's not going to be about just entertainment for the sake of entertaining, although I believe and hope deeply that it will be an entertaining show. Annie says she prefers the 4th option. I guess that's the just get paid to speak into the microphone, right? Get your sponsors and rack up big numbers and be paid to podcast and live stream. So the 3 paths, 1 is selling, 2 is about building relationships, providing value, entertaining, having a good time, getting people to know and like and trust you. And then also they get to know who you are, including what kind of business you have or what kind of work you do. And if they need somebody who does that type of work, then they think about you because they know you and they've built a relationship with you. And again, number 3 would be the portfolio method, which is basically while you certainly enjoy the engagement, you may even try and sell something. Primarily, your purpose of live streaming is to get a body of content that you're going to repurpose, that you're going to put on YouTube, that you're going to put on your blog, that you're going to cut up and share out. You're going to embed it in a landing page or a sales page. You're using it so that people who might want to do business with you can find you through your digital footprint and decide that they like who you are. They get a sense that you're good at what you're doing. And so that those are your 3 paths. Again, if you haven't voted, it's livestreamuniverse.com/South by Southwest. SXSW is what's in the URL, which is not easy to say. livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW. And please do vote for us, myself, Coach Jenny, Monique Johnson, and Karen Graves are the panel. We want to be talking at South by Southwest about Facebook Live, build your tribe, and actually make money. The voting is going on now. If you follow that link, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW, it's pinned in the comments. And if you follow that link, that will take you to where you can vote. And if you really like what we're doing, leave a comment and let people know as well. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Karen Graves is up next tomorrow. She'll be on 11 a.m. Eastern. And that's Wednesday tomorrow. Karen Graves. Her topic is how to create Facebook Live content that gets clients. How to create Facebook Live content that gets clients. And you can go to her Facebook page, Karen Graves Coaching, at Karen Graves Coaching, to hear Karen again talking about how to create Facebook Live content that gets clients. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Jenny, if you're still here, is it 11 a.m. or 11:30? I hope I got that right. Well, one or the other. If that's not the correct information, I will throw it into the chat. But again, thanks everybody for joining us. Please do vote for us, livestreamuniverse.com/SXSW, and join Karen tomorrow morning, Eastern time, to hear about how to get clients from your Facebook Live content. Yes, Jenny says it is 11:30 tomorrow. So Karen Graves will be on 11:30 a.m. Eastern, how to create Facebook Live content that gets clients. And you can find that at Karen Graves Coaching on Facebook Live. Have a great day, everybody.